Hello. This is the Bible in fewer words. We are Carol and Steve Wells, episode 215, the book of Daniel, chapter 7. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
I get a feeling we're going to be talking about some weird stuff today.
Well, yes.
It's the book of Daniel.
It is the book of Daniel, yeah. The book of Daniel is famous for that, but it forms the basis of most of the end-of-the-world prophecies that believers have. Mm-hmm. So it's important stuff.
Okay, let's get through this important stuff.
Okay.
Daniel, chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream with visions in his head. He wrote down the dream, saying,
"This is what I saw in my vision." Notice something strange there?
There's a third party talking here in the first line.
Yeah.
And now it's, I'm saying this. Okay.
Yeah, so in the first 6 chapters of Daniel were written about Daniel. So it was third person. There was a narrator that was telling the story.
Yeah.
Now Daniel's just jumping right in here, and he's going to tell us the story directly.
Okay, so for the rest of this chapter,
in chapter 7, It's going to be first person.
This is Daniel talking, and he says this. This is what I saw in my dream. 4 beasts came out of the sea. One was like a lion with eagle's wings. As I watched, its wings were plucked off. It stood on 2 feet, and a human heart was given it.
Yeah, that's quite an imagination, isn't it? How would you know that a human heart was given it? But it's a lion standing on 2 feet, had wings, eagle wings, that were plucked off.
So he saw that process happening.
Yeah.
If I was reading that out of context, I'd say whoever's writing this is high on some drug or
sure.
drunk or something.
Yeah, it's a bad drug. You don't want to take this drug. No. And then verse 5, the second beast was like a bear with 3 ribs between its teeth. It was told to devour many bodies.
Again, a little crazy.
Yeah, so this bear is going to be eating people, I guess. Or dead bodies, I don't know. Probably killing them and then eating them.
But at least this bear is like a real animal.
Yeah, it looks like a real animal. I mean, sounds like a real animal. Just with some bones, some ribs in his mouth.
Just from something he's eaten before. Not like they've been implanted in his mouth or something. I'm thinking about this too much.
Yes, okay. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Verse 6. The third beast was like a leopard with 4 wings and 4 heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's clear enough.
Yes.
The fourth beast had 10 horns and big iron teeth.
Iron. So we're talking like a dinosaur type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a beast with 10 horns. That's about all we got to go on here.
Okay. That's a lot of horns.
Yes.
Verse 8, another little horn came out of the 10 horns of the fourth beast, where the 3 horns were plucked off by their roots. This horn had human eyes and a mouth that said great things.
Yeah. So I guess this horn, the little horn, something plucked out 3 of the 10 horns, so there's still 7 horns there.
Yes.
But 3 of them have been plucked out, and then out of that place where they were plucked out, this little horn came up, and the little horn has a human face, or a face anyway, with human eyes and a mouth that said some pretty nice things, great things.
It was a great horn.
Okay, but it was little horn.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Verse 9, the Ancient of Days had white clothes with wool hair.
Yes, that's God.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
He sat on a fiery throne with wheels of fire.
Yeah, of course he did. He was served by millions of people, and 100 million stood in front of him to be judged by him.
It's going to be a long day for that judge.
Yeah.
The horn spoke great words, and the beast was killed, and its body was burned.
Yeah, so that's a lot happening in that one verse.
Because we've switched from the Ancient of Days to...
the Ancient of Days is just another way that Daniel refers to God.
Okay.
And he's there, and everybody's worshiping him, and he's going to be judging these hundreds of millions of people, I guess, or 100 million people. And then in the meantime, the horn is speaking, the little horn.
Yes.
And he's speaking great things.
And a beast was killed. So
that is the beast. The beast is the beast that the horn is on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the horn's talking.
The horn's talking, saying good things, great things.
But his body is dead.
Well, I think it all happens at once.
Oh.
The horn's talking, and then the beast that the horn is on is killed.
Okay. And his body's burned.
And his body's burned. So we're done with him. He's
done.
So
no more talking horn.
No. Talking horn is all dead. The beast that he was on is dead. It's done. Done away with.
All right, verse 12. The other beasts had their dominions taken away, but they lived for a season and a time.
A season and a time. Yeah.
Remember 7 times? Was it 7 times?
Oh, yeah. This is a very important thing for believers, this season and a time. And no one knows what it means, but everyone tries to figure that out. And when they do, then you can figure out when the world's going to end and stuff.
Well, that sounds like good math.
Yeah, it's the time and the seasons. And you heard a lot about this, like from Jehovah's Witnesses and whatnot.
Yeah. And for every season, there's a time, isn't there? Is that?
Oh, that's Ecclesiastes, and that's totally different. You know, that was a good book, right?
Yes,
remember that?
That was a good book. Okay, verse 13. I saw the Son of Man come with the clouds of heaven to the Ancient of Days.
So the Son of Man, this is the first time in the Bible when the Son of Man is used in this way. Remember Ezekiel was always referring to himself as Son of Man. God was saying, hey, Son of Man.
Yes.
Well, he was talking to Ezekiel. Ezekiel was just a guy, right? I'm a prophet, but just a human.
And I'm calling you the Son of Man.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Here, the Son of Man is meant in a different way because he's coming in the clouds of heaven, and he's going to be like judging everybody, and he's going to be really, really a big deal, right? So you don't know, is this guy human? Or Jesus also talked, in the Gospels, talks about himself. He refers to himself as the Son of Man.
Yeah.
And you wonder, is he talking about the Son of Man in the way that Ezekiel used it, or is the way that Daniel used it? If it's the way that Daniel used it, it sounds like he's claiming to be more than just a man.
Yes. Okay, I'm just going to go on. He was given an everlasting kingdom, and everyone would have to serve him.
This saddened the spirit in my body, and my head troubled me.
Feels like I feel right now.
Yeah, I would be troubled if I saw all of this.
Verse 16. I asked a bystander if any of this was true.
He said the 4 beasts are kings, but the saints will take the kingdom and possess it forever.
I asked him about the 4th beast with the iron teeth and brass nails.
He said the 4th beast will be the 4th kingdom, which will devour the whole earth and break it in pieces.
The 10 horns are 10 future kings. There will be another who will subdue the kings.
He'll say bad things about God, and he'll wear out the saints. He'll change times and laws until a time and times and the dividing of time.
That's a lot of times.
And that's very important. This is another thing, the times and a dividing of the times. Yeah, that's all going to play into all of these end-time prophecies.
End-time prophecies.
Yeah.
Verse 26. But his dominion will be taken away and destroyed.
This is the bad guy, right? We probably should go back a little bit just so we get this straight in our heads here. So the 10 horns are 10 future kings. If this all sounds a little bit familiar, it's because the same prophecy is being repeated over and over again in Daniel. And it's a really simple prophecy.
And people are just putting their own take on it?
Oh, you mean modern people?
Yes.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
No, if you want to understand Daniel, I would forget everything about what modern people are saying about it. But if you're just trying to understand what is being said, it's pretty clear. Insofar as such bizarre dreams could possibly be clear. But historians and Bible scholars are clear about what is being actually said here, and it's being repeated over and over again. Being written at about 165 BCE. Bad stuff is happening now in Israel.
At that time.
Right.
Okay.
And it's happening by an emperor or a king named Antiochus IV Epiphanes.
Okay.
Who was a real guy.
Okay.
And he attacked and conquered Jerusalem, and he forced the Jews. He was imposing on them a Greek culture.
Oh.
So he made circumcision illegal. All of their dietary laws were no longer to be followed.
Mm-hmm.
He was totally Hellenizing, making Greek the culture of the Jews. They were very upset about this, and they ended up rebelling against it. And they did end up being successful in their rebellion, like with the Maccabees that happened just during this time, a little after. So the book is being written as though it was written 4 centuries earlier. And so all of these monsters that we're talking about, these 4 beasts, are previous enemies of Israel or Judah. Right?
Okay.
So you had Babylon, then you had Persia, and the Medes, and the Greeks. Alexander the Great came through, and then his generals, one of them was Seleucus, and that's where the Seleucids that they were always talking about are coming
from. His name.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of them, maybe 10-ish, right? Okay. So those are like the 10 horns. And then there was one that was really bad, and that's Antiochus. Antiochus Epiphanes.
Okay.
He's that little horn
in the middle.
Spoke wonderful things, but did horrible things. Did horrible stuff, right? And so he's going to be destroyed. That is the only real prophecy here. The rest is history that he's making as though it were prophecy. The real prophecy is that Antiochus is going to be destroyed.
Okay.
And that's going to be the end of the world. The Son of Man's going to come down, the Ancient of Days, God's, and he's going to, all of the saints, the Jews, are going to be ruling the entire world after everyone else is destroyed.
Mm-hmm. When all the times are over.
Yeah.
Okay. So the world is going to be destroyed and is no longer here.
Oh, I don't know about that. But these kingdoms are going to be destroyed. The bad guy's going to be destroyed.
Okay.
And I think all of their enemies are going to be destroyed. They're going to still be here, the Jews.
Uh-huh.
They're going to survive.
The only ones.
The only ones. Or maybe others will survive, but the Jews will be the ones that will be in control.
Okay.
God,
Yes.
and the Jews
Yes.
will be in control. So it's all going to work out well, in the end. That's the message of Daniel, is hang in there. Things are bad, but God's going to take care of it.
Okay. And he's
soon,
on our side.
Really soon. He's not talking about what's going to happen, in our times, because there wouldn't be our times. The world would never have been what it became. There would have been no Roman Empire. There would have been no United States. None of that stuff in the future that people are talking about, thinking this refers to.
Yes.
The author, of course, had no idea that any of that was going to exist, and he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about what was happening then and there.
Yeah. I think I'm getting the idea.
And so we've had these other things with the statue and the gold head and the brass
body
chest and all that. Yeah. He was just going through those kings.
And destroying them.
And they're going to be destroyed and finally smashed at the end.
The ones that are going to prevail are the Jews and their God.
Yeah. In the end, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So hang in there, he's saying. Jews, continue to resist Antiochus.
Yeah.
He was the one who put Zeus in the temple.
Oh.
He desecrated the temple, and that's something that would really upset the Jews.
Yeah. Okay, so we were, verse 26, but his dominion will be taken away and destroyed.
The kingdom will be given to the saints. It will be an everlasting kingdom that everyone will serve.
And that's the end of the matter. But my thoughts trouble me. Yeah. I'm feeling a little clearer about it, but my thoughts still trouble me. So that's the end of Daniel 7. Wow. And there's more to come. How many more chapters?
Well, we've got, I think, 5 more. Yeah,
okay.
We've got 12 chapters in Daniel.
Okay. We're going to sign off for today and see you at Daniel 8. Okay. Hey, thanks, Steve.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.